Hi there, everybody. It's a Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Greg D. It's an update on Fred, and I think you're going to be kind of happy with what's happening here with the storm. Certainly, pretty good news overall with the system, especially the way it's tracking, its intensity, some of the latest forecast information from the Hurricane Center. So, just kind of wanted to give you a quick little update on the storm before I went to bed this evening, just to kind of let you know what I'll be focusing on tomorrow morning on ABC Action News as we'll be watching that storm very, very carefully. Let me show you the satellite picture right now of the storm. There it is. This is a storm. There's a flare up of it there over portions of Cuba, but other than that, this is not a very well organized tropical storm. It's a swirl. It is just north of the Cuban coast. It's going to try to re-intensify here the next couple of days, but maybe not as much as the Hurricane Center was originally thinking. And here is why I say that. Here's the latest track. Let me put it up for you full screen so you see. The latest track as of 5 p.m. brings the storm. Similar timing, maybe slows it down a little bit. So Saturday afternoon, it's passing through the Keys. It's north of the Keys, 2 p.m. Saturday. Then it makes its way up towards maybe Fort Myers area, Naples, by 2 a.m. Sunday, and then 2 p.m. Sunday, it is basically west of Tampa Bay. But remember yesterday, we did a distance track from the coast of Pinellas County out towards the track, and it was 55 miles, which was pretty close. Well, now that distance is about 70 miles. So the track has definitely nudged west a little bit here over the last couple of days as maybe some of the new model data indicates that maybe the storm, Fred, not going to be as far east as we originally thought. I'm going to pull up the storm pasta plots, the spaghetti plot, as we like to call it, and you'll see that the models have shifted a little bit. Earlier, there were quite a few of them that were tracking the storm right up Florida. Well, now they're definitely farther west, and that's an important factor for us because the farther west the storm goes, the better the chance. Obviously, at this track, 70 miles offshore, we're not getting tropical storm force winds with this storm, especially since the Hurricane Center is forecasting a 50-mile-an-hour tropical storm. There are thunderstorms going on right now in Tampa that are stronger than this tropical storm. In fact, there's a severe thunderstorm warning in Manatee County right now. That storm is stronger than this tropical storm. Okay, so just kind of putting that in perspective. There's the official track from the Hurricane Center. There are tropical storm watches now up for Southwest Florida, and there are going to be tropical storm watches for us. There's probably going to be a tropical storm warning, but it's just not going to seem like a tropical storm. Now, if there's anything we'd have to worry about, probably the isolated chance of a tornado or two with this thing as it continues to push up towards the Florida Panhandle. We could get some feeder bands. So the models themselves, we're going to start off with the GFS first. I'm looking at this run. This is the afternoon run along with you. I have yet to see it. So we're going to go into Saturday morning. Here's Saturday afternoon again. Wet in South Florida. I'm going to say this again. This is not the weekend to go to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or West Palm to enjoy the beach, okay? Sunday, 2 a.m., there is the rain. Honestly, there's barely a low pressure center there. This is really very unimpressive. If you didn't tell me there was a tropical storm moving through Florida in this model, I would have thought we're just talking about a tropical wave moving through or just some sort of low pressure. There's just absolutely no indication on the GFS other than maybe the rain squalls there in South Florida briefly in the Keys. Saturday afternoon. But honestly, the weather here just looks kind of wet, but doesn't really look all that stormy. Here's the Euro, the latest Euro. So we'll take that. This is tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. And then here comes the storm. So tomorrow evening, there's a flare up, but those are our afternoon storms. And then as we go into Saturday, it does have a low pressure there. This is Saturday, 2 o'clock. Low pressure passing north of the Keys, heavy rain squalls across the Everglades, and maybe this does bring in some heavy rain. Now, this is more reasonable. With a track 70 miles offshore, it would not be unusual to see a heavy rain band set up along our coast sometime Saturday night or Sunday. And this is where we could get some water spouts or isolated tornadoes, some very heavy rain, maybe some wind gusts over 40 miles an hour. But this is just going to be a rainy Saturday night into Sunday morning is what it looks like. And then some rain squalls stick around through Monday. So that could be interesting. That could make for a wetter start of the work week than maybe we would typically see. Let me see how much rainfall uh, the European is putting out, since it seems to be a little bit more bullish here. In fact, we don't have to just look at this wide view. The nice part about this particular website is it allows me to zoom in on Florida. So we're going to get the rainfall totals for the state of Florida through the weekend. So I'm going to wait for these graphics to load. And there you see the reds. Okay, so we're in the red here along the coast. If the European is right, maybe purplish. So we're talking about earlier it looked like 3 to 6 inches. Now we're kind of in that maybe 2 to 5 inch range, 2 to 4 inch for most people, or 1 to 3 inch for most people, within some isolated higher amounts. I would say 1 to 3 inch through Sunday. Maybe if you add Monday, it'll be 2 to 5 inches or something like that. That could be along the coast. So again, flooding would be a concern. In terms of any kind of tropical storm conditions arriving, when is the most likely time to see them? Love this graphic from the Hurricane Center. So Port Charlotte, 8 p.m. on Saturday. Sarasota, I love this. I can actually click this here and place a wind timing flag. So Sarasota, 8 p.m. Saturday, that is your most reasonable arrival time for the tropical storm conditions. St. Pete, we can do the same thing. 2 a.m. on Sunday. Tampa, 5 a.m. on Sunday. So you see how this spreads north. Wesley Chapel area, we'll see the arrival time there. That would be 5 a.m. on Sunday as well. Brooksville, heading up towards Hernando County. If you even do get tropical storm conditions, which honestly, Brooksville, you're so far away from the storm track, I don't know if you'd even see any kind of tropical storm conditions. And up towards Citrus County, 8 a.m. on Sunday. But again, if we measure the distance from, let's say, Brooksville to the storm track, that's 100 miles. Now, you could get a wind gust, I suppose, that far out, but you're probably not going to get very intense winds that far away from the storm. So overall, this is a minor issue so far. We can pull up maybe one more model. Let's see what the model intensity forecast is. I'm going to pull up one more computer model. These are models that will try to predict the actual intensity of the storm. Actually, I've got the wrong one pulled up here. Clicked on. There's another tropical wave, by the way, behind Fred, and some of the models do bring it to hurricane strength. More on that later. I posted a post this morning on Facebook that said, but wait, there's more. And that's what that tropical wave is doing in the Atlantic. So let's take a look at some of these computer models. This is basically a pasta plot of what the models think the intensity of the storm is going to do. And I can make this a little bit wider so it's easier to see. Let's stretch that out a little bit. There we go. And maybe make it a little bit taller. That would definitely help as well. Okay, so there's a better view of it. There's one here that brings the category 1. It's only 1, so let's remove the outliers. That is a math exercise, so the outliers are going to go. And the green one, one of the ship models, probably not all that correct either. It does bring it to a stronger 55-mile-an-hour tropical storm, maybe 60-mile-an-hour tropical storm. By the way, anything in the yellow here is a tropical storm. So notice none of the models now bring it to category strength. Even the outliers don't. And in fact, most of them top out right there. The line here between the green and the rest of the models, that's 50 miles an hour or 55 miles per hour. So all the models basically keep the storm below 55 miles an hour. Many of them barely make it a tropical storm. Most of these just get into the yellow. So we are not going to be looking at a very intense system here. This is going to be a rainy low pressure. Again, late Saturday into Sunday morning, the timing on that. New data coming in overnight. We'll be tracking the latest, of course, a track update at 11 p.m. Dennis will have that on social media, and then another one at 5 a.m. tomorrow. That one's going to be posted before you wake up. So make sure you tune in to Good Morning Tampa Bay. Remember, if you don't have me on the TV, and if you're not even in Tampa Bay interested in this storm, you can download the ABC Action News app and watch us for free from 5 until 10 a.m. continuously. If you watch us on ABC, ABC Action News on ABC, on cable or over the air, you're going to get Good Morning America for a couple hours in the morning. But if you watch on the app, we continue local news. So it's local news without stopping for free in the ABC Action News app. Hope you guys have a great night. I've got a Zoom call about the storm coming up here in a few minutes, and I will see you on the air tomorrow morning. Have a good night, everybody.